Good evening, Bermane Stiverne.
Good man.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to Baylor Worldwide Television. So, where do we
Uh,
begin?
I don't know where to begin. I'll let you begin with it.
Well, okay, first of all, you can start by telling the boxing fans and the fans around the world, what's your record?
Uh, 23, 1-1, 20
Okay,
knockouts.
okay. I know that you've had extensive amateur backgrounds. If you could talk a little bit about that, please.
Amateur background, I believe, 93 fights, about 10 losses. And, but it was a great experience, you know. Actually, I miss the amateur days, you know, the traveling and the fighting all the time. But, you know, it was a great experience that helped me a lot in my professional career. So, um, I believe I had a great amateur career.
What was your trainer's name?
I had a couple of trainers. I had Mike Muffer, actually training um, Terry Sean. That's about to fight for a title. In a couple of weeks, he's fighting Lamont Peterson.
Yes.
And I had Sylvain Gagnon, and I had a couple other ones in the amateur days. But the one I spent the most time with was Sylvain Gagnon. He's actually in charge of the national team right now. So I mean that's what I ended my career with.
Wow. I know that you crossed paths at one point. If I believe you fought with David Price.
Yeah, I did. I did.
That'd
I
be
think it was in Finland. I fought him in the finals.
okay.
And I fought what was his name again? In the semifinal, I fought I forgot his name. Damn it.
Orlando Solis, maybe.
No, some guy from Finland.
It's all right.
Robert Elenius. Robert
Hellenius.
Elenius.
Yes, Robert Hellenius. Yes.
Yeah, I fought him in the semifinal.
Wow.
I beat him, and then I fought David Price, and I beat
This
him too.
one. Okay. So then you've turned over, you've turned pro. How difficult or how simple was it? Obviously, you had the amateur background to turn pro. How was that transition for you?
Pretty much easy. It helps you a lot. I mean, it's amateur days, and you get to fight other countries and other fighters from other countries. So it helps a lot. I mean, the more you fight on the international scene, I think it's the better because this is what professional boxing's all about. You fight other countries, and
Hmm. So
you know,
that experience must have been key for you, obviously now, because you're now going to be fighting. You're on the world level now, and you're going to have no problems traveling around the world, fighting and taking all comers.
no, all my success was fighting guys that in the hometown and outside of where I was from, and guys that was bigger than me, taller than me. I always had, I always succeed with those type of guys.
So of course, building up, you go through the record as you do, knocking people over as you do, and then you suffer your first loss. How did that affect you, and how did the boxing world view you then?
Um, it affected me. It just didn't really expect me. If you watch the fight, I mean, on the record it says TKO, but when you watch it on YouTube, it's it's a different story. But it just made me realize that um, whenever I got somebody hurt, I should take them out that particular moment. So I remember at that time I was knocking everybody out, and people was like telling me I need more rounds, and so um, this is something that I can only blame myself for, listen to people or not. I listened to myself and keep doing what I was doing, and I was knocking everybody out.
So it's a key lesson you've learned by really not listening to other people. People love to say, "Oh, he hasn't done enough rounds." Well, if you knock people out, then do the job. You're not getting paid overtime.
Yeah, like I said, it was my decision, my mistake, and I had to deal with it.
I know that in the lead up to the Areola fight, a lot of people were siding with Areola. He was the guy. He was the guy for Vitaly Klitschko. He was the name, and you were just the guy that was going to fight Areola. And the plan was that you were just going to get beaten up, and Areola would have moved on with his career. Didn't quite work out that way, though, did it?
No, it did not. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's because I'm not selling myself or trying to sell myself. You know how it is today. You got to talk and do a bunch of clowning and talk a bit of trash talk to be popular. But I mean, that's not my style. That's not me. So I figure if anybody that knows boxing, you know, they would recognize that I always have better skills than Ariola and a bunch of fighters out there.
So when you fought Ariola the first time, and obviously you dropped Ariola, and you beat him comfortably, did you think you'd be facing him again?
No, I never thought of that. I never thought of. I never really think about it like that, but obviously, it worked out that way. But like they say, if boxing was what boxing was at the time, I wouldn't be facing Ariola again. Today's boxing is it's a fucking business. Excuse my language. But you could take for example, he was number one, I was number two. I beat him. He dropped one. Seth Mitchell was number two. He beat Seth Mitchell. Seth Mitchell disappeared from the top 10. You know what? All I want to say is nobody ever paid for my ranking. Nobody ever gave me no gift. I had to work on my ranking. Like other fighters, they have their promoters or manager paying for their ranking.
Does that cheese you off?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's just that, I mean, like you got a lot of guys that like I said, that the team or the manager pays for their ranking and they move them real fast. I mean, it's just going to hurt them. A lot of guys, there's other guys out there that's being pushed too fast. And it's just a matter of time.
See, the thing is, you openly admit that you don't sell yourself in a way to shoot your mouth off and say, I'm going to do this and I can do that and I'm the best or I'm the greatest of all time. You haven't said that. So in some senses, your marketability, you're not as visible. Now, I'm going to throw this on the table to you. Had you been more vocal and more, I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, would you have got that deal with Vitaly, or was it a fact that Vitaly just didn't want the fight, period?
No, I don't think so. I just think that he didn't want to fight, and his mind was on something else that was more dear to him. So, I don't know. 2 years ago, if I had done that, if it would have worked. But like I said, I'm not that type of person in my professional career or my everyday life. So I'm not this type of person.
So okay, so now is it confirmed that you will be fighting Ariola again, or is that just whispers?
No, it's confirmed.
And when you heard this news, what was your reaction to it?
I don't really care about who I fight. My mission is to get the belt. Who I fight is just obviously I got to fight somebody to to win or to get a title or to be world champion. So it don't really matter. I don't pick or choose who I fight with. So whoever they call out or whoever they decide to put in front of me, that's who I fight.
So, okay, you know you've beaten Areola convincingly. You've dropped the guy. You've beaten him convincingly. What now is going to make you go back in the gym, train even harder to face a guy you've beaten already? What is Bermane Stiverne going to have to do this time round?
The title.
Yeah, the title.
The
but,
title.
Yeah, but
the title. There's nothing. I mean, this is it. I mean, if you're not hungry for the title, you might as well you might as well stop. I mean, the title is that's it. That's the finish line, And after that, I guess it's just about to how long I could keep it, Because I think getting the title is not the hardest part. Is to keep it.
To keep it and to have a legacy.
Exactly.
Now, when we talk about legacies and that world rating, and you becoming WBC champion of the world, and obviously taking on the title of Vitaly Klitschko, and now WBC are saying if Vitaly ever considered coming back, would you be open to fighting Vitaly if he, for some reason, popped up in the future?
I would love to. What better way to have a career and have his name on my record? That's big.
Wow. So, talk me through the negotiation, because I know this fight was negotiated, I think, 2 or 3 times. What was all that about?
Which fight are you talking about?
The Vitaly Klitschko fight.
I don't. You know what? I heard, but I don't like to hear about it unless there's something that's significant. So I don't really look for answers, or if it's, like I always tell my manager, don't even come to me and tell me anything that's a possibility. If when you have something that's 100%, then come to me and tell me. I don't like to
be messed
one
about.
One day it might be this, and then the next day it might be something else, and the following week is something that's totally out of, what was said at first. So I don't like to look forward to something, and then down the line, that's not what it was.
We could take David Haye, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was looking forward to fighting David Haye, fell through the first time, and then fell through the second time.
Right.
So you didn't want a situation like that, I guess.
Exactly.
What were your thoughts on that whole scenario there?
I don't know. I think that's like the second time that
yes.
What you call what's his name? David Haye.
Yes.
Pulled out of the fight because he was supposed to fight Manuel Char as well, and he pulled out.
Yes.
And then David Haye, and he pulled out again. And I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's not my business to know, but I was just like, wow, again,
So there's another man that everyone's talking about called Deontay Wilder. What are your thoughts on him?
Oh boy. My thoughts on him, not much. I mean, if come on.
I've got to ask. I mean, a lot of people are rating Deontay because he's knocking a lot of guys out. However, the question has to be asked in terms of the caliber of opponents. I mean, to get the rating that he's got, he's fought nobody in the top 10 yet. That's the question put at him.
Me taking the time to talk about him it frustrates me a lot. Because, I mean, okay, he's obviously doing what he's supposed to do, but Jesus, I mean, does he deserve to be a number? I mean, come on. And that's another fighter that had it took the short road to get to where he's at right now.
So Go ahead.
And I don't think he deserves to be where he's at right now. He hasn't proved anything. He hasn't beat anything. To me, he's the fragilest guy on the top 10. He just got a big mouth, and that's all it is. Again, selling yourself. You know, and he got what's the name? The Houdini, Al Heyman, that's in the back working magics and going behind the back of people and try to make something happen with other TV network and promoters to screw people around. You know what I'm saying? And of course you got them paying for his ranking again. That's another fighter that they pay his ranking.
So hold on, let me get something straight here. You know that potentially, should you beat Areola, I believe it's lined up that you would face Wilder in the future.
I'd love to. I'd love to, and I prove to the world and to a lot of people that don't know boxing what he really is. Nothing.
Is there a reason why you've got this sort of I don't know, sort of, I don't know what to describe it. You could cut the air with a knife at the moment when you talk about Wilder. Is it me or just am I imagining things?
Nah, I mean it's just like how if you're going to present something to the world, I mean make sure that that's what you're selling. That's what it is. Don't be selling something, and that's just like if you go into a dealership. I mean, you expect them to buy a Ferrari. You don't want to buy what you call them Chevy. I mean, you expecting something. You know what I'm saying? That's don't be selling. It's just sad to see things like that. But I mean, that's what boxing is today. It's all about who you know, and it's all about how much money you got.
Another man that was tweeting recently was Tyson Fury. He was talking about maybe getting you to come and fight him in Manchester. What are your thoughts on that fight?
As far as I'm concerned, that's another one that has a big mouth. He's selling himself, but he proves something. You know, he didn't have no easy fights. I mean, he fought a couple of fights. He had a couple of fights that was hard. Got dropped, came back up, and win the fight. As far as I'm concerned, he should be ranked higher than this other guy.
Wilder.
Yeah.
Another.
I mean, that's. I don't know if I don't know boxing, but my vision, that's how I see it. Because I don't control the ratings.
I see something. So. I tell you, Bermane, you're telling me that you don't market yourself, but I mean, you've just marketed a Wilder Stiverne fight just here, just talking.
I mean, no, I'm not marketing. I'm telling you the difference is telling you what I think and mocking somebody is the thing. I'm not mocking nobody.
No, I didn't say no, not marketing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because you're doing it inadvertently. You're not meaning. You're just being honest. And by you being honest, boxing fans will look at that and say, "Hey, hold on, there's a fight between Wilder and Stiverne here."
Yeah, but you know what? At this point, this is what I think. But at this point right now, I have Areola to deal with, and whoever's next, just grab a number and sit down tight and wait.
Okay. Also, you saw the fight with Areola and Mitchell. What do you think of the fight?
I thought he took too long.
Areola?
Yeah.
Stopped him around.
Yeah. I thought he took too long.
Okay.
That was written in the sky right there. I mean, Mitchell. I think I've seen him before. I think he's a likable guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy. I mean, from what I've seen, but it's just not. I mean, boxing is just not for him. And that's what I said. I mean, when they asked me about that fight with Mitchell and Areola, Like I was being sarcastic, but I said 10 seconds.
Oh dear.
And I mean, I was being sarcastic then, but then, you know, I think he took the mine in like, what, 45 seconds?
Wow.
Less than a minute.
Wow.
Not to make fun of Seth Mitchell, but it's just because of the type of fighter Ariola is and Mitchell is. Ariola is a bully, and he's not a fighter. He's not a boxer. He's a fighter. He's a street fighter. So there's ways to go around these type of guys.
So do you feel?
You gotta get ready for it.
But I mean, do you feel Ariola's giving me any sort of a threat to you second time round? Because obviously the first time he's fought, you go, okay, fine, I've got to measure this guy. Maybe the second time I'll do this differently. Do you have any fear of that?
As far as I'm concerned, we never fought.
Wow.
I'm going in the ring like I never fought him before.
Wow. That's the attitude you've got to take, I guess, champ.
Yeah.
So now you look.
Yeah.
So now you look at this. You're at the top. You're at the top of the food chain, and looking sort of down, not disrespectfully, but looking down the line. Is there anybody else in that top 10 that you see that could be that you've got your one eye on potentially, apart from Wilder?
Down the tunnel, yeah, I do have an eye on somebody. His name is Vladimir Klitschko.
Oh, now this is interesting. Should you win the WBC title and you wanted to go into a unification bout with Vladimir Klitschko and say, you pushed Wilder to one side, I understand Jose Sulaiman said he's not interested in unification bouts with people who've got a WBC title. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, till we get there, we'll talk about it. But like I said, right now I have Chris Ariola on the mind. So and Damatono is obviously that this is what I'm. This is one of the things that I would like to get done is to fight for the unification title. So when we get there, we'll talk about it. And we should,
Another heavyweight that's on the rise, again from the UK, Derek Chisora, your thoughts?
Sure. Oh, yeah. I actually like him. He's very entertaining. He's funny. I saw his fight against Vitaly, and I think he did very good.
Yeah.
Just he made him look. He made him miss a lot, but just didn't make him pay.
Right.
So but he did like probably since Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
He's probably the only one that looked not just okay but good against Vitaly.
Wow. Your thoughts on, this is an odd one, James Toney in the heavyweight division. What are your thoughts about him being in the heavyweight division?
Yeah, I think James Toney is one of the best fighters on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at probably the best defense fighters, it's probably Floyd Mayweather and James Toney.
Absolutely. Defensively, defensive genius.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. I forgot about one person, Pernell Whitaker.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, I can't forget. When it comes to defense, Pernell Whitaker is one, Floyd is second, and James Toney is third for me.
While we're at it, you're talking about wizards and defensive wizards. Did you see the Adrian Broner fight?
I did.
Your thoughts?
I don't know my thoughts on Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner is a very good fighter, a lot of skills, but also very young and immature. Not in, I'm not, I don't mean that in no disrespectful way.
Hmm.
I just think that he needs to take boxing very serious
Hmm.
and to leave the other stuff alone. You know, boxing is a sport of its own. You know, when you chose to be a fighter, this is what you have to do, and this is what you. That's the only thing that's. I always said that boxing is a jealous sport. When you're into boxing, you can't allow yourself to do anything else but boxing. And I think that Dorna made that fight harder. Not not because he didn't lose the fight because he couldn't beat Maidana. He lost the fight because he made the fight harder for him. You know, he should have. There's I think whatever he got going on outside of boxing, that's the reason why he lost the fight, not because he can't beat Maidana.
I picked Broner to actually beat Maidana in that fight. I thought that Maidana would be too slow of hand and foot, and he made a complete fool of. Maidana made a fool out of a lot of people.
Yeah, but you know what? I always said that. I said the first guy that's gonna beat Maidana, and I said that last year. I said the guy that's gonna beat him is gonna be a type of Mexican Spanish dude, one that comes forward and
Hmm.
don't stop throwing punches. And I said a fighter that's gonna be like maybe Marquez or a fighter like that just take punches and
Keep
keep
coming.
coming. And I also said that when he went up to 147, that was a mistake. I don't think he should stay at 147. I think he should go down to 140.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather actually says that he wants Broner to fight Maidana in a rematch, but he also mentioned about him fighting at 140. So I don't know how they're going to do that fight.
Against who? Against Floyd and Maidana?
Floyd wants Broner to fight on his undercard. I believe the undercard rumor has it that it's going to be Mayweather
Oh,
Khan,
okay, yeah.
and Mayweather wants Broner to fight in his undercard.
That's. I mean, if I was Broner, I would wait a little bit because he took some serious punishment,
He did.
and May is just around the corner.
I know.
So May is still far, but then you still got to train and spar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that means you got like about a month or two to rest, and then go back to the gym.
It's almost. I tell you what, this fight sort of reminds me of, in some ways, is when David Price fought Tony Thompson, and they want this
Exactly.
immediate rematch.
Yeah. That was very. It was not a good idea. Whoever um, advised David Price to do that, he was the wrong advisor.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know.
First of all, if I was Price, I would have left Tony Thompson alone and just keep going.
See, I've always been of the belief that Price isn't a bad fighter. I just think that he fought the wrong style. I didn't think that he was very effective against the southpaw.
Yeah, because you got a lot of those tall guys.
Yes.
They fight like they 6'1". They're like
Yeah.
6'9", 6'7", but they fight like they're 6 foot or 5'11". And when you that tall, you can't be fighting like that. You got, especially if you fight a guy that loves to be on the inside.
Yeah. Got to use the jab.
And, exactly. So I mean, Price had some decent skill. If I remember carefully, correctly, in the amateurs, he had a decent pop as well,
Yeah.
but just maybe a little bit too fragile.
Kubrat Pulev.
I didn't. You know what? I saw the first round where he fought Thompson,
Yes.
That's all I ever seen from him.
He beat Thompson more convincingly than Vladimir did. In terms of the first couple of rounds, the first 3 rounds, Thompson had it. Then Pulev made the adjustments, and once he made the adjustments, Thompson wasn't even in the fight.
Right, but also Thompson didn't train for that fight.
Didn't he?
No, he didn't.
See?
He did. No, he didn't. He didn't train for that fight. It was a short notice. I heard, and I don't know what happened, but I know for sure that he trained for about 3 weeks for that fight.
Right.
Or 2 weeks for that fight.
Right.
Which I mean, I don't want to take anything from Pulev, but if you're a professional athlete, I mean, you know, why would you take a fight that's 2 or 3 weeks notice?
Because they're getting paid good money, and it's probably in euros.
Exactly. Well, you know what? I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to say that.
It is what it is. Listen, you get paid for pounds, you get paid in euros. You drop the dollar, you come to the pound. It's good money.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's all about the money, as Floyd says.
Yeah.
Right. Bermane, before we go, I definitely want you to be able to say something to your fans and like how they can connect with you on Twitter or Facebook or wherever you are.
Right. I mean, my fans, if I ever have any fans. But,
you got fans.
Thanks everybody for supporting and everything. And Twitter is at @BStiverne. There's a fake one. It's just called Bermane Stiverne. My real name. I'm working on it right now to get my real name so I can use my real name. But for now, it's the first lady on my first name B, and my last name Stiverne. Also, I have an app on the Apple Store. It's called I am Beware. So it's I am_Beware.
Okay.
And all that other stuff. Instagram is also I am Beware. I am_Beware. So that's about it. And you know, hoping to become the first Haitian heavyweight champion. So everybody tune in whenever we decide to make this fight happen.
Give me great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That I will. I'll make it great. Don't worry about that.
Thank you so much for talking to Bayloric TV.
It's always a pleasure. Thanks to you.
Take care, bro.